I just turned 33 today, and if I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self some advice, here are 20 things that I would have told my younger self. First, and the most important, is every decision that you make closes other opportunities. Imagine you're in a hallway and there's an endless amount of doors in front of you, and you can choose whatever door you want to go through. And after you go through that door, you come into another hallway, but this time with less doors. And then you go through another door to another hallway with even less doors, until eventually you get to a point where there's only one door in front of you. This is actually what happens to your life every time you make a decision. You are choosing a door, and that eliminates all the other tangents of how your life could have played out if you had made a different decision. Every decision you make shapes who you are and shapes the future opportunities that are provided to you based on that first decision that you made. From where you go to college, what career path, who you choose to date, where you choose to live or move to. Every decision that you make takes time to play out, but we only have a limited time on this earth. Each decision can profoundly change your life. So make sure you think hard before making big decisions. This leads me to my second point, which is to make sure you pick the right vehicle. Just working hard doesn't guarantee success anymore. I know people that work extremely hard, but are still living paycheck to paycheck. Working hard needs to be combined with the right vehicle to get you to your destination. You need to find something that's scalable, so eventually you can get out of trading your time for money to let your money work for you while you're sleeping. As long as you're trading time for money, you'll always be limited to 24 hours in a day. Next, take massive risk while you're young. In your 20s is the perfect time to take big risks because you have the least amount of responsibilities and the least amount of debts. You probably don't have kids yet, don't have a mortgage, and you can take the time to really grind and hustle while you still have the energy and the youthfulness to do all those things. And even if you fail, you're still so early on in life that you have plenty of time to get back up and try again. So don't waste the opportunity when you have the best health and the best energy and the most time on your hands to really go out and take big risks. But while taking these risks, make sure you're focused on being productive and not just being busy. This one almost everyone is guilty of, even myself at times. You know what you need to get done, you know the important things that will advance your job, your business, your career, but you procrastinate by doing other tasks that aren't as important or are easier to make it feel like you're getting stuff done and you feel like you're being productive, but you're actually just keeping yourself busy and avoiding the real big task ahead of you. So do what needs to be done. Don't sidetrack yourself by organizing your office, cleaning your room, or doing things to feel busy and productive while you're really just procrastinating and pushing off the important things that you need to do. Overthinkers and perfectionists are the most prone to be busy rather than productive, and they procrastinate. So don't overthink it and just get the stuff you need to get done right away. Next is your comfort zone is your enemy. Everything that you want to achieve in life will not be easy. You will have to force yourself to leave your comfort zone and be uncomfortable to grow and achieve these things. You cannot live life playing it safe. You have to take risks to be rewarded. Looking back on my own life, every major decision that catapulted my life and my career forward at the time seemed very scary and uncertain. They were huge decisions that made me uncomfortable and nervous, and at times I couldn't sleep or eat because I was so anxious about the big decision I was going to make, but it forced me out of my comfort zone, and that forced me to level up and become better. And only listen to people that have done what you want to do. They will know the path to get to where you want to go. When I was first starting out in real estate, I went to my local meetup group, and there was an older gentleman there that everyone looked up to. He had a very comfortable retirement because he bought a house every 2 years, and now he has a portfolio of 20 homes, and everybody looked up to him. And I'm not taking anything away from that. That's an impressive real estate portfolio, but I knew I didn't want to wait until I was in my 60s to have the financial freedom and enjoy my life. I wanted it now. So instead, I took advice from someone that was just 5 years older than me, but they've already done over 100 real estate deals and was consistently making $100,000 a month. This allowed me to grow my real estate business a lot quicker and allowed me to quit and retire from my 9-to-5 job in just 5 years. Next, Always make your intentions clear. Communicate what you want or people will ignore you. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's just the reality. You have to go and get what you want. But if someone that might know how to get there or might have the thing you want doesn't know that you want it, how can they ever help you? Always talk about what you want, your goals, in business, in dating, in life. And people around you that hear it and are aware can sometimes remember that when they find someone that can help you to reach your goals. 90% of the time, the quiet person loses out on opportunities by not being vocal about what they want. Don't be scared of what other people think. I was pretty shy and introverted in my early 20s, and that probably costed me a lot of opportunities that I could have had. So don't make the same mistake that I did, and really be clear about what you want and make sure everyone else around you knows about it. And that kind of ties into my next point, which is you make your own luck. A lot of people think luck is random, but it's really not. Luck is really when preparation meets opportunity. You could have an amazing opportunity in front of you, but if you don't have enough knowledge to recognize it's an opportunity, or you don't have the skill set to capitalize on it, then you're gonna lose and miss that opportunity and think you're just unlucky. You're going to be that person sitting there thinking, why am I always so unlucky? When these same opportunities are passing you right in the face and you can't recognize it or take advantage of it. Work hard and be prepared, and before you know it, you'll be at the right place at the right time for your big break. Next is the ability to connect with people is the most powerful skill you can have. You will need this skill for work, sales, friends, family, and romantic relationships. It will literally improve every aspect of your life if you get good at it. When you can connect with someone on a deeper level, it builds trust and rapport, and it helps you communicate more effectively with the other person. Some ways to do this is to practice active listening, where you actually engage in the conversation that you're listening to, and that makes the other person feel like that you're actually interested and you care and understand about what they're talking about. Another is being able to match the energy and the body language of the person you are talking to. That will help them subconsciously feel more comfortable and open up more to you. So if someone has very high energy, then you want to match that energy. But if someone is more reserved and shy, you don't want to be so boisterous and loud in front of them. You want to match their level and be a little quieter so that they feel more comfortable. So really start practicing this skill because you will need it in every aspect of your life. Next, not everyone will like you. No matter how nice or good of a person you are, there will still be someone that does not like you. You could cure cancer and still have haters. So just accept that you'll never please everyone and don't let that get to your head. Focus on yourself and don't seek validation from others and just do you and what you want to do. And most of the time, having haters means you're doing something that's worth talking about and they're just jealous of your success. And that leads to my next point, which is do something that makes you feel alive. Energy follows passion. Pursue activities that bring you joy and excitement. And it doesn't have to be work. You don't have to do something you're passionate about for work. You can do something you're good at that makes a lot of money and then spend your free time or leisure time pursuing your passions. A lot of people get caught up with the idea of doing something you love for work and you never have to work a day in your life, but that's not necessarily true or feasible for most people. So do something you're good at that makes you money and then do what you love on your free time. And that also applies to the opposite. Avoid anything that drains your energy. Cut off anyone around you that gives bad energy or bad vibes that affects you so it doesn't affect your life negatively. Next is build a life resume. Everyone is caught up on their professional resume, where they graduated, their work experience, their skills in business, but they often neglect building their life resume. What I'm talking about is collecting experiences in your life, traveling to other countries, learning new languages, learning a new hobby like how to dance or surf, run a marathon, do something you're passionate about or something new that you never tried before. Collect these life experiences as achievements. These memories will give you more stories to tell and make you a more interesting person. Next is create a no list before a to-do list. Most people are focused on writing down the to-do list, but don't create a no list. A no list filters out distractions, toxic habits, bad vibes from people that try to bring you down, so you can focus on your own life. It can be anything from no emails after 8 p.m. so you can spend time with your family, or no texts or phone calls during the first 4 hours of the day so you can focus on getting the most important things done in the morning before the rest of the day. A no list will actually give you clarity on what you're not available for, and that will free up time and give you mental clarity on the important things that you need to focus on. Next, learn to disagree intelligently. Most people either avoid confrontation or they escalate it. Learn the art of respectful disagreement. It will help you out so much in your professional life, in your social life, and your romantic life. One way to do this is to ask questions instead of making statements. So instead of saying, no, that's completely wrong, instead ask them, how did you come to this conclusion? Or what made you think that this is the correct way? Never make winning an argument the main goal during a disagreement. You want to be respectful because people will remember how you made them feel during a disagreement over than what the actual disagreement was about. So if you can handle it respectfully and make them feel heard and respected, you can strengthen your relationship with that person even after a disagreement. Next is practice boredom on purpose. In today's world of hyperstimulation, being bored is actually a superpower. Allow your mind to just wander without reaching for a phone, a playlist, a podcast. This gives your subconscious mind time to work, and that's when you can be creative and come up with new ideas. So make room to be still and be present. Now, for finances, one big tip is to start investing now. Time is the biggest multiplier to investments. And while you're in your 20s, you have plenty of time ahead of you to grow and multiply your investments. Start investing now, even if it's just a little bit each month. It will really add up, and future you will thank you in 10, 20, or 30 years. Make use of your employer's 401k. Open a Roth IRA. Learn about different investing strategies and methods. You'll set yourself up for a more comfortable life in the future, and you won't regret it. Next is everyone has their own struggles. It might seem like you're struggling and everyone else around you is doing well, but realize that everyone is struggling with something, whether it's visible or not. There's always someone out there dealing with something worse than what you are going through. And that's a good perspective to be grateful about your life. So just make sure to be kind to everyone because you never know what someone is going through, and especially be kind to yourself. Next is don't take no's personally. You're going to receive a lot of rejection throughout your life, whether that's pitching a business idea or going after a girl or guy that you like. You're going to receive infinitely more no's than yeses. So learn to accept that these no's aren't directed at you personally. Maybe that investor doesn't have the funds right now to invest even though you have a great idea. Or maybe that girl you like at the coffee shop, her mom just passed away and she's not thinking about dating right now. You never know what those reasons are, and 99% of the time, it really isn't about you. So don't take that rejection personally. Learn how to just accept it and continue on with your life. Next is learn how to embrace change. Nothing in life is permanent. Whether that's a new job, a new relationship, a new city you move to, learn to embrace the change and go with the flow. I moved all the way across the country for college when I graduated high school. And then I also quit my job to pursue real estate full time. Life is all about change. Everything is transient. Relationships, jobs, activities, hobbies, friends, everything is transient in life. So don't be afraid to move on to something new and create new chapters in your life's story. And last is to make sure to spend more time with your parents. In my 20s, I didn't spend as much time as I should have with my parents. In my early 20s, I was busy traveling the world, and then my late 20s, I was busy building my real estate business. Until one day I read an article about not thinking about how many years left you have with someone, but rather how many experiences are left with that person. So instead of thinking, oh, I have 5 years left with that person, but if you're only seeing that person once a year, you only have 5 experiences left with that person. So that really shifted my mindset as I was only visiting my parents once or twice a year. So in my 30s, I made a conscious effort to visit them more often and create more memories with my parents. So I hope you found this video helpful, and even if you just apply one of the tips that I gave today, it can greatly change your life for the better. A lot of these things I mentioned in this video takes time and practice to really learn and understand and master. So don't be discouraged. Be patient, be persistent, and be determined to make the future you the best version of yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below which tip was your favorite tip.